This channel was never designed to involve politics, but I'm just so fed up. I'm sorry. I have to rant. I woke up in a bad mood this morning, and that's very rare for me. And what did it was finding out that whatever his name is, I'm really bad with names, that's now the mayor of New York, it just really hit me hard. This guy's a full-fledged communist. And I refuse to believe there's that many New Yorkers that voted for this in. I just don't believe in voting. I think it's a complete fraud. I think it's a cattle control BS. And my channel, I don't care about my channel anymore. As I'm trying to grow it, I'm not getting more subscribers. I've got 200 and some videos. I just don't care. I enjoy making videos. And they keep changing it anyway, so I can't keep up with the algorithms and what AI is doing, and I just don't give a damn anymore. I really don't. I'm just going to put my stuff out there. It's just, as you get older, 59 now, you try not to watch this, but you've learned over the years how politics and companies and mess with your life. You see it, so you can't help but pay more attention to it. I used to give my dad crap for watching politics, and he was a big government guy, so he watched it a lot. And I was like, go get a life. And I wish I didn't know as much as I do now. I'm thoroughly convinced it's a fraud on all ends. Voting is just designed to make us feel a certain way. And that's what I noticed. It's like when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, that really hit me. Like, I don't even know the guy. But it just was such a low for me. And there's been mass shootings way before that. I mean, the church had got shot up, just before Charlie Cushman. That was like unbelievable. And then I hear that New Yorkers voted in a communist. It doesn't, I don't believe it. And I have to think about how it makes me feel. It makes me not like New Yorkers. And then we watch this, the rioting going on with the ICE facilities in Portland and Chicago. And if you dare watch that, it's like, I'm glad I'm not there. I had no idea I had that much hostility in me. Like, I want to swing. Do these people realize what they're doing? But yet, if you go to Portland, 99% of the Portland area, you're not seeing it. It's just a little nucleus there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be news. They have to go to where the trouble is. I hear people in Chicago, it's one of the cleanest cities lately, and then you hear about what's going on there, and it's like, and when I go out about my day, I don't see anything, but oh my God. And the Second Amendment, how it's being attacked here in Oregon, I don't know anybody, even Democrat friends, that are against the Second Amendment or against guns. And they're just passing laws that are unconstitutional laws, violating our Second Amendment. And then it takes months, if not years, to get those redacted or removed. And it's like, these people are supposed to be thrown in jail that swore an oath to our Constitution, the supreme law. And watching all the, the Comey and everything going on with the last political party that sabotaged our government with the deep state globalist agenda, that are caught red-handed. Obama orchestrated the Russia collusion. I mean, no jail, nothing. And I'm thoroughly convinced, and I love Trump. I love his energy. I love his now type of guy. But I have to look at it, how does it make me feel? Well, this guy wanted to be a celebrity. He became a celebrity. Then he had the Apprentice or whatever reality show. And now we have an ex-reality show star, and he was running the country. And then I look at all the politicians compared to when my dad was in office. He was GS-15, ran a Department of Energy. He was plugged in, and he was such a nerd. He wore a polyester suit, drove a Pinto, was proud of a Pinto. The government big, thick black glasses that somehow became a style. And they were all nerds, and they were quiet, and they didn't have emotions, and they were just like Spock. And you used to watch the news, and it was just monotone. Iran got bombed yesterday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 126 people dead. In the weather today, that's what it used to be, and there's so much theatrics. And you look at politics; they're wearing Giorgio Armani suits. They're wearing $1,600 shoes. Their teeth are just Hollywood white. and they're tanning and they look beautiful and they drive Mercedes, and it's really discerning. And I'm sorry I have to share this today. It's just the way it is. I'm just going about how these things make me feel, how business is done today. No wonder why sometimes I want to be a Buddhist monk. Of course, they got a bunch of stuff they got to do. I don't want to do. Get up 4 a.m. and meditate and chant and It's like I'm just speechless. And it really hit me that this Dava, whatever, I don't even know his name. I don't care to know his name. And this Muslim movement, there's no way a legal citizen in New York voted for this. And it has always been against the law for illegal immigrants to vote. And how did they pass that? How did sanctuary cities actually come about? This goes against supreme law. And why is it taking so long to end it? And how the media, obviously we know everything that's going on, and they still sit there and lie. You look at Newsom, numbskull, will literally lie. And everybody knows it, and it's like the people that like him are like, good, that was a good lie, keep going, that was good, that one's convincing. Always flipping the narrative, never taking responsibility. And DOJ, why is it taking so long? What about the Epstein? We all want to know who's on the Epstein list. We want to know the truth with that. I don't care what Trump said. That pisses me off. The women that were violated deserved to let the public know the truth. Oh, I'm going to rant today. And it's all because we have a communist running our major city, which is our modern Rome. And we're going to watch it crumble. Look at Canada. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Right next door to us. Unbelievable what we're seeing going on in this world. And it was Bush Sr. that said, oh God, what did he say? There's an old video on it. I'm not going to look it up. I'm just rattling before I go work. There is a new way. It's a new law, and it's not the law of the jungle. I think you'll remember it. And it's going to happen. It's unavoidable. I forgot how he worded it, but basically when Senior Bush was in office, a new world order. That's what he said. And we get Trump in office, and he's fighting it and opposing it, but still in the sidelines, in the shadows, in the back, this globalist, elitist are still pulling strings. And how did this guy get into vote? What, Soros backed, a ton of money to get this communist in office? And removing guns. I mean, come on. We can't even do it. Look at England. They removed all their guns, and now there's mass stabbings going on. If they remove all the knives, which you're talking about now, it's going to be a mass hammering or a nail gun. Or people killed by butter knives, or, it's like the stupidity and the lack of common sense in the NPCs. NPCs really exist. There are people that are here that have no consciousness. In fact, I couldn't believe I saw this study that over 50 to 70% of people out there, they don't dream, they don't daydream, and they don't have an inner voice that's nagging us, that have that consciousness, that we have to meditate to calm it down. The 50 to 70% are just, and then they watch program news, and they become little foot soldiers for the global elites. Oh, how I didn't want my channel to be about this, but it's so hard because as I'm plugging back into the matrix, working, I'm just seeing how everything is so complicated. It's supposed to be easier, right? It's not with technology. It's supposed to be easier, quicker. We have texting, we have all this, videoing, recording. There's like so many ways but to communicate with people trying to do business, but they don't respond back because they're overwhelmed themselves by whatever they're doing. People are exhausted, and it's like the only solution to this throughout history is depopulation. From the state of Oregon, I was raised here since 1979. The population, I don't know what it is, I'm not going to look it up. At Bend, Oregon was where I was raised. Was population 12 or 14,000 people. Now it's unreal. It's a big city out in the middle of Oregon. And And the more populated areas become, the more it's like rats in cages. They just start eating each other. More rules, more regulations. Now there's a free fee for going camping. In Oregon, we can just drive anywhere. Or cutting wood. Like, if it was a standing dead, you can cut it, take it home. There's no permit needed. And it's like that's the only way out. Like, they're making it that obvious, like the Georgia Stone says, to keep the world population of, what, 500 million, 500 million people? And then they blew that up. It's like, what do we have of over 300 million Americans? If they eliminated the majority, we're down to 100 million, laws, rules, regulations would be lifted. It's like, I don't know if it's nature, just the way it is, or the elitist or the aliens behind all of it, and it's just how this planet works. Some people say it's a prison. Some people say it's a place of liberation. It's a learning ground. It's a way of, that's the enlightenment I talk about in my videos that I'm seeking. Enlightenment is something you can't seek. It's basically right here. It's lit up right now. And every time I'm right here out of the Matrix, it's just like the movie The Matrix, where he comes out of the Matrix and he wakes up in a spaceship in the ground because we destroyed the surface of the planet, and everybody's starving and suffering and fighting a war with machines. It's like, put me back into the Matrix. I wish I didn't know what I knew. But it's part of life, and I understand that as life will throw you more curveballs and weird things, and aging, and having a tooth pulled, like all these things are going away. They're decaying, they're weathering, and we're supposed to make peace before we die. We're supposed to rest before we die. And but if it isn't the money working against you, and even when I had a ton of money to get very expensive things fixed on the luxury coach, 90% of the time they wouldn't fix it right, or they couldn't get the part. There's always these things. Murphy's Law. I don't know if you know what that is, but if you have a ball and you drop it, it rolls under the center of the car. The bolt that when you're working on your engine, drops in the worst place possible. The odds. So that's my rant this morning. I don't know if you can hear the rain. Beautiful. I love it. You can count on nature because it's unpredictable. And I guess I could say the same thing about politics and business and stuff like that. Did the Native Americans complain about this? Did they wake up, camping like they were, we need to go to our summer spot now. It's getting colder, we need to migrate there. We have to hunt and get food again. We have to forage for food again. Oh, my family's out of clothing, so we need to make some more hides or whatever they did. You know what I mean? Are we ever satisfied? I don't know. It really bothered me that we get a communist in our major city. And I don't believe it. I can't believe that many New Yorkers voted for communism in a sovereign country, a free country, that has a supreme law to make sure none of this happens, that they've been doing anyways. Sanctuary cities. What the hell? They should all be thrown in jail.